Now I'm going to give you some breaking news from Gaza. 2 Israeli airstrikes have hit a residential block in al-Shati refugee camp. That's west of Gaza City. The Israeli military first issued a forced evacuation order, followed by the 2 strikes. Let's talk to Hind, who's joining us on the line from Gaza City. This is all unfolding right now, Hind, so just tell us more what you know.
Well, it was very dark. The sky was completely orange when this massive explosion took place in the Gaza City. We're talking about al-Shati refugee camp, an area that's densely populated with citizens, displaced Palestinians and everywhere. And al-Shati refugee camp is one of the most densely populated areas across the Gaza Strip. Now, this is not the only attack that took place earlier today. We're talking about at least 2 Palestinians that were killed. We're talking about dozens others that have been injured and transferred to hospitals, and doctors are saying that it's very hard to treat the wounds of those Palestinians after the attack that targeted a street in the middle of the Gaza City, and there was also another attack in Khan and we're seeing an increase of attacks, Imran. Like there is another evacuation order in the past couple of hours where another location has been threatened to be evacuated and to be attacked by the Israeli airstrikes. But again, the explosion is terrifying, as if it's the first time a series of airstrike takes place across the Gaza Strip. There's a lot of people right now that are frightened, that are homeless, not knowing where to go. And again, more people are becoming homeless as the Israeli forces continue to attack residential areas and buildings across the Gaza Strip. Imran.
Now, Hind, as I'm speaking to you, we can see on our screens the pictures coming from al-Shati refugee camp. That orange fireball that you described, we can actually see that, and it looks huge. Does this sound like, is this to you feel like a much larger attack than we've seen in recent days, or is this now par for the course? This is what the Israelis are just doing now.
Well, it has been happening for the past couple of weeks. There has been a definitely increase of attacks across the Gaza Strip. What you just witnessed, Imran, is what happens every time the Israeli forces attack a building, a street, a shelter, a school across the Gaza Strip. It's the same terrifying scene, the same terrifying sound, and it shakes the building and it shakes the streets where people here are actually traumatized from this explosion. It's exactly the same reality Palestinians lived for the past 2.5 years, and it's still ongoing. And Imran, let me remind you the fact that this is actually a ceasefire where the fighting should be stopped. No airstrikes should be falling on top of Palestinians. It's almost 10 p.m. where most of the people here are actually sleeping as it gets dark. So people here believe that this is not a ceasefire. There's no place safe, and they can't really escape because there's no place safe across the Gaza Strip.
And let's talk about the forced evacuation orders. These orders come in from the Israeli government. It basically tells you there's an attack about to come, get out. But there's nowhere to go, right? Israel has taken over nearly 74% of the Gaza Strip. Where are people going?
Well, actually, they're going to across the street. They're going to the building beside. They don't have a lot of options, and they don't have a lot of places to go to or escape to. And Imran, also, let me remind you the fact that people don't even have time to evacuate, where they're giving these evacuation orders. They could wait for like a couple of minutes, and then they just have time to leave. They can't take any of their belongings. They can't take anything, and they are supposed to start from scratch over and over again. And more people are becoming homeless every single time. But also, the Israeli forces don't always give people here evacuation orders or warnings to leave. This barely happens. Like, it happens every now and then. So people actually get bombed most of the time. But when there is an evacuation order, they don't have a place to live. They only want to escape of being killed.
That's Hind Khoudary, lifers there from Gaza, talking about the attack on the al-Shati refugee camp. And you can still see those pictures on our screens right now.